Vlog a day 811.
The difference between the different kinds of trees is kind of astounding. Some of them are still completely green, some of them are almost bare of leaves, and some are just not sure what they're doing. It's good though. It means that we get to start enjoying the changing colors without having them all go at once. That's how I'm looking at it. The majority of these trees going quick. I am off to write as much as I can today. Had a late night out last night, which was both great and also, mildly counterproductive. That's all right. I'm trying to figure out how to allow myself to be social with my friends again, because none of the bartenders remembered me. That's not true. They were all like, "Where have you been?" So I don't know which is better in that situation. Anywho, let's get to work. My goal today is to finish a chapter that I kind of cut huge chunks out of. As we get into the part where I'm just gonna probably cut 3 entire chapters from the middle, and then hopefully be able to roll from there. I think I'll probably have to actually write 1 or 2 original chapters in total for this rewrite, and then should be able to hack it together from there based on everything that I already have. We'll find out. I've been working on this book for way too long. I just want this thing done and out. So if I can finish this chapter today, that'll be good progress. There was a guy that showed up while I was sitting outside working. It was a weird day all around, but this one guy showed up and just was a super jerk to the staff, and it definitely made me grateful for, kind baristas. But it definitely broke up the mood for a little bit. I got very close to finishing the chapter that I was working on before my battery died. It's been a really long, hard slog of a writing session. I don't know, very slow moving on it, but feeling pretty good about it. Now I just gotta finish it, go back through and make sure it actually all works. Some huge chunks we have to chop out. We'll see what kind of details I find that I need to re-include that are included in the portions that are getting chopped out. And then got some other fun little things I'm gonna write and add at the beginning and intersperse throughout. So we'll see how this all plays out. I'm looking forward to, I just want this thing done. Well, in one thing of good news, my sister's package got here today. Everybody in Paris seems to be in a funk. The guy that was causing troubles today, a lot of other people I know, everybody's just having I don't know what it is. Fall is amazing, but maybe it's the end of summer for a lot of people. I don't know. I know that I definitely, like I said, crashed really hard last week, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, and I've just never recovered. Not entirely. We're getting closer. Staying out late last night probably didn't help. But the thing about this guy's attitude that really got to me, and this is something that I feel like I've run into a few times recently, so I'll address it, not to get preachy, but he felt offended. He felt like they'd done something to offend him. They gave him the wrong drink, and they're like, man, they told him, look, it's lunch hour, you need to eat if you want to sit, but we can, give you a coffee to go. Refused to have the cappuccino they made him, and then went and sat outside, and just sat right next to me, not buying anything, just sat for a really long time, and then eventually started talking to me. And talked for a long time, a really long time. They tried to actually give him a free latte to make up for it, because they're like, we don't know how we offended him, but let's try to make up for it. They tried to do their best, and then he was just a total jerk after that. And I think it's one of those things where I've noticed in a number of people recently, that have taken offense in a restaurant or a setting like that, and just decided, you know what, I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm not gonna let anyone make it up to me. I'm not gonna let my attitude get better. The guy wasn't French, by the way, in case you're thinking he was actually from the UK. But the thing about it is that it's kind of across the board. I feel like I've run into this a lot with a lot of people that are just like, nope, I'm done. I'm just gonna hold this against this person or this restaurant or this whatever until the day that I die. And I understand that. I get a little bit irritated sometimes when people push me around or whatever. Like today, I did get a little annoyed at the coffee shop because they moved me around because I had a laptop, and then they also gave me a hard time for not eating at one point, whatever. And then it was this back and forth because they were also really nice and they tried to make it up to me. And like, I don't know, but I got over it and I'm over it and I'm fine. And that's how you make friends in the end. They're cool. The baristas, they're really nice. But sometimes people get off on the wrong foot. Who knows? Let it go. It's only gonna hurt you to hold on to it. This guy that he actually crossed the line. He called them idiots at one point. He was like, dude, get out of here. Like, he's a complete jerk. I won't get into it. But that, not only does that ruin the day of the people that you're feeling antagonistic towards, but it ruins your day, I'm sure, and you carry that around with you. I know when I've been upset and just held on to it, it's only done harm to me, really. You have the power to let go of that within yourself, and it costs you something to forgive people, but it costs you much more to hold on, I feel like, to that over time. So I'll get off my soapbox now, but all that to say, if you find yourself wanting to die on silly little hills because you got offended or hurt, maybe just take a moment and take a step back, take a deep breath, think to yourself, is this really worth being angry over? Like, I saw it phrased this way on Reddit recently, actually. Somebody said, how much energy do I want to spend being angry on this? And once you think about it in those terms, you might be like, not much. Actually, you know what? No, not worth it. And then move on. The world is a better place if we can just let stuff go and move on. That's all I got on that. Let's find out what my sister got me for my birthday. Whoa, we had trouble. This has been bouncing around for months. My birthday, if you weren't tracking, was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. And DHL has had a lot of problems, a lot of struggles trying to find where I live. That's a Google Home Mini. Thank you, Karin. I wanted a Google Home, and now I have one. I really wanted one of these. This is actually one of the things that was on the list of things we needed to get for the room to chateau to be completed. We'll check that off the list. We've got 1 out of 5 down. For those of you who are wanting to pitch in, I do have a method of pitching into the room to chateau situation. And I know that some of you were like, I'll explain that at the end of this video. So for those of you who are not interested, at the end of the video, just move along. But I came up with a way of doing it because there's no way, unfortunately, like Amazon doesn't even sell these, surprise, surprise, because they're a competitor. And Amazon.fr kind of sucks anyways. And there was no central location for me to put the stuff that I was looking to get in one place. And so I wasn't really sure what to do about that. And people have asked like if they can buy small things or bigger things or whatever to pitch in. And the answer is absolutely. I'd love it. It's such a crazy idea to me that people would want to help me finish up the chateau. I really appreciate that. I'm practicing my acceptance of the generosity of others. It's something that I'm still working on, believe it or not. It's not always easy to accept other people's generosity. And this is an area where I'm outside of my comfort zone a little bit. And that's a good sign that we need to push past it. So I'm gonna get a little bit more work done here, and then I'm gonna go for a run with Jake, which should be really fun. He's basically gonna run circles around me the whole time that I'm running with him, I'm sure, because he's a real runner, and I haven't even been running for the last few weeks. And then maybe dinner with Pushan, and then edit. Whew, that's my evening. And I'll explain after the run and maybe dinner, I'll explain to you the room to chateau situation if you want to be a part of it. I think it's a fun way to do it. I checked it out on it last time. I won't check it out on it this time. You have my word on that, assuming I don't edit my word out of it. But seriously, so we'll figure it out. Okay, Google, pause the music. This thing is super cool. I just set it up and it ran updates, and it's amazing. This is so cool. I'm so excited for this. I've wanted one of these for a really long time. Yes, thank you, Karin. I really like it. I really like it a lot. I even named it the Chateau speaker. So just keeping it on brand. Just keeping it on brand. It's so loud actually too. I've cranked it to 100% in here. I definitely cannot do that very often because my neighbors might not like me very much. But it sounds great. It sounds great for such a tiny little speaker. I don't know. I'm happy. Thank you. Thank you. I'll let you know what my experiences with it are like as we go. Anyways, okay, Google, play music. Back we go. Supposedly, I'm meeting Jake right here. I don't know if he knows. I don't know if my description was good enough to get him here, but hopefully it is. I'm feeling like I just need to go run. I haven't had anxiety spikes like this in a long time. We can talk about that later though. Just gotta run. I feel terrible right now. This is Jake.
Why, hello there. How are you guys?
We're out for an undetermined distance of running right now.
As you see fit.
But the pace is slow. It's friendly. We're chatting.
Comfortable. It's comfortable, friendly, it's a relaxing.
It's nice.
Social.
What do you usually how often do you run with people? Also, I don't know if we're in frame really.
I try to run with people as much as I can.
Okay.
But it doesn't always work out that way.
And is that good for training if you're running a race? Because he's running a 20K here soon.
Well, yeah, I get the race next week. There's a cool. Some people like to if you're training with. If you want to take your easy day easy, you're almost someone who might be slower than you.
Yeah.
And if you want to push yourself, you're almost someone who's faster than you.
There you go. Yeah. Easy day for him today. If you want any running advice, I already linked to him once before. Make sure to hop over. Last time I linked to his running form video, but when's your new video, the one you just finished going up?
Hopefully tomorrow. I hope.
Okay, I'll try to link to that one.
Month.
It'll be good. It'll be good. It sounds like a really fun one, so I'll try to link to that. We're gonna get back to running before we lose the cardio benefits here too much, but you know. So bright in here. It got dark outside really quickly. It was a really great one with Jake. Had a nice chat. It was 5 miles, which wasn't bad. Nice thing about running with somebody, even if we were going a little bit slow and talking, like, get some good distance out of it. So look forward to more of those. I'm gonna leave you here for tonight. I totally forgot I was gonna do this. Sorry, I promised I would do it. I'm not chickening out this time. I'm gonna be really quick. The idea is that, like I said, I can't figure out a way to make a list of like if people wanted to buy particular items. And also, a lot of the stuff that I want to put in here is gonna be kind of expensive. And I don't want anybody to feel, I mean, I already know that nobody's gonna do this out of a sense of obligation. Don't feel obligated to do anything. But, you know, that's some big purchases potentially, like especially for the TV side of things. Like, I don't even know if we're gonna do a TV. It's really expensive. I might have to, like, I was thinking, we'll figure it out. We'll talk about it. But in the interim, what we're gonna do is I figured we could build a castle together, right? We're building the chateau. So I wanted to draw a little bit. The keep has already been done. The idea is that on Ko-fi, I've changed you can link to Ko-fi below. It's like just a way of people giving tips normally. And I was able to actually customize it. So instead of buying me coffee, you can buy a chateau block. And you can buy as many chateau blocks as you want, obviously. But then each certain number of blocks builds a part of the castle. So to build the keep, we needed 20 blocks. My sister, she totally short-circuited that though, because she hooked me up with the Google Home, which is what I wanted to start. That was what this one was for. So the keep is already constructed. Then you have some additional support structures. This, thatched roof over here, and I don't know, an armory, something. The castle, you'll notice the forest kind of starts to disappear over time. 20 blocks gets us a painting from my sister. Actually, I wanted to buy a painting from my sister, so she may have short-circuited us through that one. But I'd like to get one of her fancy paintings, which I showed you before. So that's what the 20 additional blocks there will get us. We'll be able to put a fancy Karin Howard painting on the wall. And then 40 blocks buys us a tower, and the tower gets us a throw rug. So the 40 blocks will buy us a nice throw rug so I can keep my toesies warm, and it'll help improve the sound in here as well, which is really important because it's a little echoey in here. So we'll be adding more stuff in here to help reduce that. That is a really large bug there are 2 of them in the curtains. That's disconcerting. So anyways, tower is the throw rug. An additional 100 blocks builds us a wall, which is pretty schmancy. The wall translates into lighting. I need to get lights, both like kind of mood lighting, like I was saying, underneath the bed, but all because it's going to be a really dark space under here potentially if it's blocking out a lot of light. But also directional lighting and some. We'll figure it out. Pushan and I are going to talk about it, but get some LED strips and stuff like that to help illuminate me a little bit more pleasantly. This is really harsh lighting and I don't like it very much. So we'll figure that out, but lighting and kind of some set design stuff, like making sure that the shooting location that this is supposed to be looks really nice and sharp. And last but not least, 500 blocks builds us a moat. There's a little alligator in there. It's pretty fancy. That's for the TV, the mounted TV setup. This is the last thing to go up. This is the biggest, and I have no idea if I'm just putting that out there. The other thing that we could use this for, if we don't get all the way to building an entire moat, is that I do need a chair. I mentioned that last time. I need a real chair to sit at my desk and edit at because this one sucks. So we'll figure that out. But basically, either a TV, because we want to get set up for like the streaming, and maybe relax every once in a while and actually watch a movie would be really nice. And then also, maybe a chair. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But those things, I think if we get all those things in place, the Google Home, the painting, the throw rug, the lighting, and then TV setup, whatever that ends up looking like. Feel very, very homey, and then we'll pop that room to chateau bottle. How about that? So if you're interested, there's no obligation to join in on this whatsoever. I'm imagining if you're not interested, you've already tuned out. If you are interested, a link below to my Ko-fi page if you want to buy a block and just pitch in, feel free. A lot of you have said that you wanted to pitch in one way or another, so this is the best way that I could figure out to make that happen without it getting super complicated. Because shipping, as you've seen with my sister's birthday present, has been a nightmare just in and of itself. So this just makes the most sense. We'll do that. You'll see me install it, and then of course I'll figure something to do. Like maybe I'll like write names on it or something. We'll figure something out. I have no idea what we'll do for that, but thank you very much. Now for real, we'll end the vlog, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for I don't know, hopefully some rest and relaxation. That'd be really good for me.